Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Extinct Originals. And for this very special episode, we'll be featuring the Jurassic World Dominion Giganotosaurus using 3D printed arms and head. And here's the making of our Giganotosaurus.
So here's the working draft, I would say, of the Giganotosaurus. You can say that I've used the body of the bootleg Giganotosaurus because the overall shape of it is such a perfect shape for the Giganotosaurus with those spines, which are quite hard to duplicate. I've lengthened the legs, of course, and made adjustments on the head. Now this is a 3D head that I have bought, and I had it printed, and although it has it needs some work still on most of the parts. It's quite rough when it was printed, so I had to make adjustments to it. But yeah, I would say no complaints about that anymore or any further. But yeah, so hoping it could have been better. But yeah, so here also I've lengthened the tail on the base part so that it looks more chunkier, like that of the Giganotosaurus tail in the movie. And I think the overall body proportion of the Giganotosaurus is just good enough for this particular costume. So we're going to put some more details on it. So, and after that, I'll put you on with the progress. So here we're just adding in the details. So I'm using here foam sheet, and we're cutting out small details for the scales of the Giganotosaurus. There's a lot more to go. We're just we're not even halfway done, but yeah, so we'll finish this up and then we'll put on some more details in terms of sculpt as well, and we should call it done before we paint it. Here's a short progress. Also added 2 claws to it. So here's the completed sculpt of our Giganotosaurus. I made some minor adjustments in terms of dentation as well. So all we have to do now is primer this big boy and start with painting. So we have here Bosny number 68 primer gray, and we're going to primer this figure. Make sure to follow the instructions here, and certain warnings has to be followed as well, so do that, guys. Alright, so let's start painting this one. So it's looking good so far. Here's the primered Giganotosaurus. I'm just so excited to paint on this one. So we'll let it all dry for a few more hours, and then we're going to start with the painting. So here's our Giganotosaurus, and we're ready to paint. We'll be using some different sizes of brushes, of course. We have acrylics here and some water. Alright, so let's start painting. So the first or the primary color is a bit tricky. We had to experiment a lot in terms of mixing the colors up, because the primary colors really are just will make or break your dinosaur. So you have to experiment on certain parts where you really have to know and understand what the primary colors of the dinosaur is, so that when you apply it to the creature or to your custom, it would be easier for you to build on the details later on. So this is just a mixture of oxide chromium green, yes, a little bit of blue, a lot of browns, and some white. So we tried to put them in small proportions first, and then later on we just we call it as what we call it in Filipino, habulin mo yung colors or habulin mo yung kulay. So we, slightly lighten this out, and we're going to paint this on the underside of the Giganotosaurus. Of course, we're going to put some details here also on the sides to bring some interest into the creature. And now for some lowlights. So here's the darker version of the greens that we have. You can see that it's a bit darker than what we have here, but now we have to place in some more of the details here. So such as we're going to put some scales over here on the head area. Big scales, small scales, different sizes of scales. Like so. So it does look the same color, but when it dries up it's going to be a bit darker. And we're going to do some of these details on the rest of the body, and it'll look awesome. So we're getting in some details on this particular figure here because that's how Extinct Bricks is. So just a few dabs of speckles here and there, and some scales also of different sizes would really do the job well. So I'm using references from different photos of the Giganotosaurus, so it will look somehow screen accurate even though it's just a Lego figure. Okay, so let's put some darkness into the figure. So we have here just the mixtures of the earlier greens that we have, and we added some black to it, so it makes it really dark. Now we're going to apply this on the sail area. I would say that would be the sail, and also some of the spikes also on the Giganotosaurus. And now for lots of details that we need to include here. Actually, the Giganotosaurus don't have a lot of colors in it, so all you need to do really is to focus on the details. And what we're going here is for the stripes and the detailing on the back of the Giganotosaurus. After this, we're also going to put just a few borders of lighter colors on each of the stripes. Well, not everything will be bordered, so it doesn't look really intentional and more organic in nature. So we're going to do this on the entire figure, but as you can see here, we've already done on the face area. We're also going to put some colors on the top of the head here, and also so some more details such as the crack here on the face and so on. But that's it for the making of the video of the Giganotosaurus. We'll see you once this is done. Alright.
And here are the winners for Guess PC contest. We have 10 lucky picks. Here they are: Dinosaurus, Unofficial Jurassic World, Dylan Salisbury, Victor Gabriel, Rainbow Racer, Rajasaurus, Rainmark 11 years old boy, Ray Kawasa, Serpolito Gamer, Dakota Loves Dinosaurs, and we have our top 10. User BZ6, Lava Moth,
Top
ACCM 9162,
Top
Swollen
7.
Battle Dragon,
Top
Moy
6.
at Moy,
Top
Aran
5.
Hazin Gamer,
Top 4.
Prehistoric Special,
Top
Walking
3.
with Jurassic King,
Top
Cretaceous
2.
Bricks,
And
Prehistoric
top
Life.
1.
Congratulations everyone, and I'll see you in the next Guess It PC contest. For those of you who like to join your sound, just click on the Extinct Bricks icon and it will lead you to the Extinct Bricks homepage. In the homepage, just click on the community link to see all our posts. And now, on with a closer look.
Hey there you all, and we're back now to be presenting our Giganotosaurus. So this Giganotosaurus is actually different from the rest of my Giganotosaurus. It's because it has some 3D printed parts in it. So I think you've already seen, for some of you who are already subscribers of this channel, I think you've already seen my short video on the 3D print that I just got. There's a lot of work that I did on that to end up with this particular figure, and it got me thinking that probably it could be one of the things that I could also add up to my channel. But to be honest, if I'm not the one sculpting it, it's there's going to be a lot of work, like what I did on this particular figure. The actual quality of the 3D print is also a bit off in my opinion. It's not that smooth, and I have to sand it like forever just to get it to this point, and it's not even that smooth still. But anyways, I did what I can to patch up this figure, and at least it's done now, and I'm really happy with the end results of this project. So, well, anyways, Moira will be coming back later on for some size comparisons. Let's now get a closer look at our new Giganotosaurus. So the new Giganotosaurus actually has the Lego Giganotosaurus body to it. Well, actually just a bootleg one, because the Giga set is quite expensive, and if I use that, well, it's going to be a lot. But I also extended the tail on this one because the Giganotosaurus tail in the movie and in the actual renders of the creature and concepts, it's really long. It's actually based up from this particular photo over here. As you can see, it has somewhat of a movie accurate vibe to it. The head, the arms, the legs, and even the overall texture of the figure is actually based off from that. I really tried really hard to go through the details one by one and apply this to the creature. Of course, the articulation of the creature is pretty much the same as with the articulation of the Giganotosaurus in the Lego set. It just has different parts to it. Okay, so let's start with the head. So the head here has been modified to be extended here, and it now has a much longer and much more proportionate head to the body ratio. And you can see here that I have also placed the eyes differently, because initially the eyes are way down there, and it's not the same as that of the movie. Alright, so it has some textures over here on the back, very similar to that of a crocodile or an alligator. It has those well, it's not sculpted, but yeah, I tried adding those because it's one of those pivotal things that you're going to look for with the Jurassic World Dominion Giganotosaurus. Okay, so I added some teeth to it and made some modifications to the teeth as well. The coloration, as I've said, is pretty much, very true to the movie. It has a lot of beige colors to it, although technically it's more of a muddy bluish green color on the entire thing. Has those dark, it's not black actually, it's more of a black with the same colors that you have here on below, so that it doesn't really look disjointed when you paint it on the figure. It has borders of whitish details, and also scattering of what do you call those, lesions or scratches from recent to past battles of the Giganotosaurus. It also has those infamous what do you call those, infected gums on the Giganotosaurus. So yeah, what else? On the other side, as you can see here, the patterns on the head is different. I based it off from the Giganotosaurus animatronic painting and patches. So it's that, and of course the overall distribution of what do you call those, stripes and also scales is also based off from the animatronic, as well as some renders of the creature in the film. Alright, so what else can I say? So that is my Giganotosaurus. It would be nice to put on, and stay true with the size comparisons, because that's where we take a look and compare with other creatures that we have on the channel. And we have here Moira, so that we can compare with our Giganotosaurus new figure here. So in the movie, the Giganotosaurus is actually depicted as the largest of the large carnivore theropods in the movie franchise, and it really is. Even from basing it off from my figures, it is really the largest one. And comparing it with this particular photo over here, you can see that the minifigure here is quite dwarfed and small compared to our Giganotosaurus. Alright, so let's now compare with the some figures that we have here with me. I have here the Giganotosaurus from Lego. Here it is. There you go. So it's my Giganotosaurus from Lego. And the colors in this one, I'm not I'm happy with it, I guess, overall, but the scope is a bit problematic, I guess, for me. But nonetheless, I guess Lego is okay with having the head of the Indominus Rex, since the Indominus Rex is actually a genome or a DNA part of the Giganotosaurus. So they have similar features as well, but very different here if you're going to see it from up close. In terms of size, they're pretty much the same size, I guess, because I use the same body here, except that the tail is much longer. The eyes are much larger here on the Giganotosaurus, makes it for a more kid-friendly and a bit more goofy feel to it. I'm okay with the Lego Giganotosaurus, except for the arms. The arms, it's well, they're T-Rex arms. So I guess those kind of details, maybe something that Lego can take a look at, because kids would see these toys and then they would be okay with it, and maybe soon they would see that Lego did it, so probably that's the right feature of the dinosaur. Well, in fact, it's not. Well, anyway, so our Giganotosaurus here is taller than the Giganotosaurus of the Lego set, because I lengthened the legs over here, also much longer. If you're going to take a look at it from the top view over here, let's just put it like that, so you can see that the version that I did is much longer compared to the version of the Lego Giganotosaurus. So yeah, I also did a version of the Jurassic World Dominion Giganotosaurus sometime back, and here it is. So you can see that, well, technically it's the same figure. This one has a lot of modifications in the body, except for the head, of course. But in terms of coloration, this one has a greener tone and a much more natural tone to it. This is more of a minty blue color. I'm still happy with it, so I'm just happy that I have two Giganotosaurus here. This could be the female one, and this could be the male Giganotosaurus, or whichever is bigger. I guess the female version is much bigger, so I'm considering this to be the female Giganotosaurus. I really like both of them. They share the same features. This one has long legs as well as this one. The arms are quite different though, but that's fine. The painting on this one is much more Lego, true to the Lego feel in my opinion, compared to this much more movie accurate Giganotosaurus. Alright, so guys, check out my Giganotosaurus on my Jurassic World Dominion series. I'll be putting up the link below so that you can see the video firsthand. Alright, so we also have here a previous Giganotosaurus that I did, which is actually one of my favorite customs. To be honest, it has a lot of details to it in terms of painting, except that I think I could have done better if I lengthened the legs, because it's looking a bit like, I don't know, short in my opinion. So probably will be doing that in the future, but for now let's just compare it with the Giganotosaurus that I have here. So the head of this one is quite large, and I really love that, and Giganotosaurus heads are quite large as well, except that this is really short. So we'll probably do something to mitigate that and probably change that. But yeah, so this is the Giganotosaurus based off from the Walking with Dinosaurs Giganotosaurus. I think I forgot which one is it, but yeah, we'll also be replacing the arms, I guess, just so it's at par with the Giganotosaurus. What do you call this? At par with the Giganotosaurus figures that I have lately. Right, so also we have here, it's not a Giganotosaurus, but it's part Giganotosaurus. This is my latest of my current additions to my collection. This is the Indominus Rex reversion. And looking at it, it looks really plain at sight, but I did such a tremendous amount of job at making this as accurate as the movie as possible. And yeah, check it out, guys. It's a cool video. I really love how I was able to complete this one in such a short amount of time. So guys, check out the Indominus Rex. Size wise, they're the same. Alright, so I guess this falls a little short, I guess, by a few milli centimeters, but hi Moira. But yeah, so they're technically same in size, and they share the same genes or same DNA. Yeah, so that is the Indominus Rex, guys, reversion of the extinct Rex, Indominus Rex. Sorry about that. Also, we have here Blue, and I just wanted to place in Blue because in the movie there's not much of action for Blue. It's more of she's hiding in the jungle and waiting for someone to catch her. It's very, what do you say, anti-heroic, because for most of us, and at least from my viewpoint, Blue is one of those characters that brought life to the Jurassic World franchise, and having not much of a I guess scene for Blue is a bit of a downfall in terms of the movie, but nonetheless I really love the addition of other creatures there. So yeah, so comparing it with Giganotosaurus, it's very small, of course, but yeah, so that's it, our reprint of the Blue Velociraptor. Last of the two would be here, the Therizinosaurus, the one who killed the Giganotosaurus in the movie. This is also part of my Jurassic World Dominion and it has those blind eyes on the other side, and then the other one would have, you know, pupils to it, so it can see on the other side. But yeah, this is my Tyrannosaurus is missing one claw, but that's okay. I'm just going to patch that up someday. And yeah, so it's the same, you know, size as what we have for the movie. And this is very movie accurate, to be honest, guys. Please check out the Tyrannosaurus. And lastly, to compare would be our main protagonist of all the Jurassic movies, Tyrannosaurus Rex Rexy over here. Well, he's not anymore the biggest, but definitely he's had a pair of battles throughout the years, and battling out with the Giganotosaurus was such a phenomenal feat to look at. So guys, this is how it compares with the Giganotosaurus. It's a bit smaller, of course, but nonetheless, it's Rexy. Nothing beats Rexy. Alright, so that's it for the size comparisons, guys. I hope you enjoyed that one. Let's now move on to the next portion of the video, which is Extinct Breed Species Roll Call. And we have here all of the creatures that I've shown you here so far, and if you do have other species that you'd like to, you know, see here on the channel, then please comment them down below in the comment section. I do read them up, and if I feel that it is something that we can add to my collection, then definitely will be considering making those. Also, Mora here would like to remind you guys that all that you see here is available in our Extinct Breeds playlist over here, but I'll also be placing in individual links of all that you see here, so that you won't have to go through all 450 uploads that I've already included on this channel. Well, let's start with the Extinct Breeds roll call, shall we? This is our Extinct Breeds Jurassic World Dominion Tyrannosaurus, our Extinct Breeds Walking with Dinosaurs Giganotosaurus, our first version of the Giganotosaurus from the Jurassic World Dominion series that I made. This is also the Jurassic World Indominus Rex reversion, and of course this is Tyrannosaurus Rex Rexy by Extinct Breeds, of course. And here is my version of the Extinct Breeds Jurassic World Blue. And of course, to start the show here, this is our Extinct Breeds Jurassic World Dominion Giganotosaurus with a 3D print part, of course. And oops, sorry, blue. And that's it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And if you do enjoyed watching this video and my content, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you'll be aware of all that is happening here on Extinct Breeds and even on my community channel. Please do follow me also on all my social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Right, so that's it for the video, guys. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next. Also, please do not forget to support our other channels, EB Toy Universe and The Adventures of Moira and Usher. Please watch their videos and support their channel by subscribing. And as we always would say, guys, let your inner dino break roar! Thanks everyone, and bye!